the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
I'm doing great, KR. Thanks again, as always, for having me and letting me crash the party up here to watch our first repeat track of the season. It's going to be a fun one. Daytona was really fun opening night. I have no doubt it's going to be even more fun tonight as these guys are a little bit more familiar with this place and the guys around them.
All right, well, let's get right into our starting lineup as they are rolling out from the grid here tonight. Here we go. On the inside of row number 1, Logan Helton in the 63, the 23 of Sebastian Marin, our point leader. To his outside, Gabe Butler, Zachary Lima for row number 2. Row 3 on the inside, the Tyler Miller Machine and Cody Nagels. Row number 4, David Booth and Peter DeBorgia. Row number 5 going to be made up of the driver in the number 14 of Vigente Guerrero and Eric Laurie to his outside. That's Jeff Crosby Jr. and Les Levy in the 62. Row number 7, Jeff Crosby Sr. and Richard Kuhn. Mark Mann, Travis Elliott making up row number 8. Row number 9, John Guerrero and Richard Sanchez. Row 10, Casey Gilchrist and Andy Brigante. Row number 11 will be Kevin Freese and Rob Connors. Row 12, Jimmy Reynolds and David Overstreet. Sean Stevens and Zach Fritsch making up row number 13. Row 14, newcomer Joshua Gaithright and Bubba Winningham, both drivers new and in their debut series race here on Monday night. Alex Green and Stephen Miles for row 15. Row 16, Anthony English, Matt Wagner, Zach Workman, Nathan Warren for row 17. Row 18, Dan Harrington and Adam Kilday. And in our final few spots here tonight, oh, that is it. John Guerrero, Zachary Lima, and Anthony English missing the call to the grid, and that's what threw me off. But here we go. Green flag is in the air. We are underway here tonight for the Daytona Nights 250. Dawson, take it away.
Yeah, the field kind of split up on the start just a little as Logan Helton tries to break out in front with the help of Gabe Butler and Peter DeBorgia. Meanwhile, outside of them, it's Marin and Nagels. They are all by their lonesome. Not a ton of help. On the top line of the racetrack here is Tyler Miller and Eric Laurie. Here they come. They got a big head of steam. The field's still kind of split just a little bit as we hit the back straightaway for the first time. Eric Laurie, the odd man out here, as it's 3 in a row on the top and the bottom, if you will. Marin, Helton, dead heat on the back straightaway. No one getting an advantage. Two great pushers behind them. That's Gabe Butler in the 88, Cody Nagels in the 6. Now Laurie pulls up to the bottom behind Peter DeBorgia. We go 2 by 2, 4 rows deep. Back behind them is Les Levy in the 62. A new look for him, at least from what I've seen. So he'll tuck in the 8th position. David Booth, he'll tuck in just behind this first group in 9th. Still settling out here as we hit lap 2. It goes on the board. Still dead heat. No one able to get any kind of ground made up between Sebastian Marin and Logan Helton. What a race this has been up front so far. 2 of the best in the business on the front row. 2 of the best in the business on row number 2. And really 2 of the best on Monday nights in row number 3. So a lot of competition. Guerrero, you see Vicente Guerrero move up bottom to top. He's behind Jeff Crosby Jr. as they make their charge to the front. Jeff Crosby Sr. is back there as well. In the middle, still 2 by 2. No 3 wide yet. A little bit different from what we're used to on Monday nights, at least based on the first time we came to this rendition of Daytona. Back on the smoother surface tonight, not the rougher surface. Lap 3 on the board. Boy, that's close again. Marin just by a nose, I think. Nope, they're going to credit it to Logan Helton at the line. So still 2 by 2 all the way back through this field. Richard Kuhn makes his charge towards the front, staying with Andy Brigante as Guerrero goes top to bottom. Still 2 by 2. Dead heat on the front row. Just no one able to get much of an advantage. Still very calm. It's the calmest racing we've seen all season. As we run down the back straightaway, Casey Gilchrist took a look. No help though. This is very odd. 2 by 2 for a very extended period of time off into turn number 3. The push starts to come to the top though. Tyler Miller up underneath Cody Nagels, up underneath the 23 of Sebastian Marin. As the lines start to form, these guys get closer together, more likely to run 3 wide. This time Marin by about a nose. Nope, here comes another charge from Helton on the bottom. This is very odd and very unorthodox from what we've seen all season. Now the third line. Oh, I was going to say Richard Kuhn peeked out of line. He jumps right back in. So still 2 by 2 as these guys race just 4 or 5 laps into this one. Stages are going to be the same. If I recall correctly, 25 and 50 at the conclusion of those laps. We will get a yellow flag for the stage break. Already almost 4 whole laps into this one. Not a whole lot of 3 wide action, like I've said, and the pushes aren't as strong, if you'll notice. If you will, these guys are not hooked together, and the trucks, the way we see them run now, you really kind of have to be hooked together to get anything going tonight. It seems like these guys are maybe laying off a little bit, leaving gaps. It's early in the race. Maybe they figured it out. Hey, maybe if we get to the end of the race, we can leave it a little bit cleaner. As still 2 by 2, lap 5 on the board, headed back to 1. Helton, Marin, dead heat through 1 and 2.
Side by side, our front row running very tight to each other. The 23 and the 63. 2 of our prominent drivers in this series find themselves out in front. Sebastian Marin in the 23 missed the first race of the season here, Dawson. Despite that, he comes into tonight's race as our points leader.
Yeah, one of the best in the business, obviously, and a race winner this year already, if I recall correctly when I looked just a little bit ago. And you're right, he missed the whole race. He still leads the field in total points. So it goes to show the mindset he has, the talent he has, and the ability he has to be around at the end. And he's done that almost every time we've seen him this season. He is always up front, always leading laps, and no wonder he is the points leader, and he's the race leader with the help of Cody Nagels down the super stretch.
Down the backstretch they go. And into turn number 3, Cody Nagels in the 6th. Made a move down to the inside. The 23 of Sebastian Marin. Tried to keep him behind him, and they make it work as they both clear the 63 of Logan Helton. Tyler Miller in the 24 had that clean air for a moment, but Cody Nagels says, I want to lead this race. And he gets it done that time around.
Yeah, I think that's what he wanted to do at the end of the back straightaway, and Sebastian Marin, and there you go. You see him do the same thing Marin did to him. So I think maybe a little bit of payback right there as Marin took his line away as Cody tried to go to the bottom, take the help of Helton. Third line starting to form about 8 or 9 rows back. Kevin Freese, Zach Workman, and Nate Warren are the 3 trucks that are going to be the first to test it. Richard Kuhn moves up. He leads the third line now. Well, I talked so much about how calm it was. I guess I jinxed him again. Here's lap 7 goes on the board.
We go on board with Casey Gilchrist here in the 31. He is tucked in behind the 51 machine of Travis Elliott and the 2 of Nathan Warren. Gilchrist trying to work his way forward, and you can see just kind of how scattered this field is right now. Everyone given some room. Nobody necessarily trying to chop anyone down. A lot of give and take right now here in the early running of this Daytona Nights 250.
Well, a lot more give and take than I think we're used to early in the race. It's about the calmest racing I've seen all season, and I would say you could agree with that as Marin chops middle to bottom. He goes across the nose of Cody Nagels. So the battle continues between those two for who can chop the other's nose off the most times in one race. But no, this is the calmest that this field has been all season, and it's really odd. I'm not sure what changed in 7 days' time, but all of a sudden these guys have realized, well, maybe we all want to make it to the end of the race this week.
No. Now, somebody is going to mess this up and not be at the end of the race.
Oh, maybe eventually, but 9 laps in, and I think we've seen one period of 3-wide racing, and it's by the guys that have just jumped up there again. Kevin Freese, Zach Workman are up there, as well as I believe it's the 51 of, I think that is Travis Elliott. I'll double check, but it should be, and it is. So, well, Elliott dives back in line. All of a sudden, Freese and Workman have no help to get to the front. They're going to go backwards in a hurry.
25, who won the opening race of this season, finds himself dropping back as he is in that third lane. Zach Workman in the 19. Going to drop down to the second lane. However, Travis Elliott, Nathan Warren now move up to the third lane. They're trying to make something happen. Kevin Freese in the 25. Looks like he's not sure where he wants to go just yet, and now finally commits to the third lane down the backstretch.
Yeah, a lot of guys have filed to the bottom. We all know what that signal usually means, and that's pit stops. We'll see if that's the case, or if these guys are just going to ride around for a while. And it appears that's exactly what Travis Elliott wants to do. He gained a few spots, jumped back in line. Now he's 4th in the middle. I can't blame Kevin Freese for being a little bit conflicted there because he led the top, and Travis Elliott and Nate Warren bailed on him, and so obviously you don't blame him if he maybe doesn't want to go up there and help him. He's a little bit hesitant. He'll settle for now to be 6th in line. A lot of guys filing to the bottom. It's 7 deep on the middle. Still 2 wide up front, though. Pushing hard. Jeff Crosby Jr. and Cody Nagels all over the back of our leaders, Marin and Miller.
As we work our way down the backstretch, lap number 11 being recorded right now. We haven't taken a moment to look at our race info, so let's go ahead and do that. And Dawson Wise is Wise. Somehow I left that in from last week. Dawson, I guess you're smart 2 weeks in a row. I mean, why not? So, track position is the main strategy for here tonight. And our fuel run, we expect laps to be 14 to 17. So as you can see, they're starting to form up on the inside line. Our stages are at lap 25 and 50, and one fast repair is available to the trucks tonight here in this Monday night Premier Super Speedway League. So Dawson, The 23 and the 24 stay out, but here comes our first group of drivers on the pit road.
Yep, it's a little bit early. They're going to undercut the field by a few laps, but no surprise. The group is led by Cody Nagels, Gabe Butler, and Logan Helton. They draw a crowd when they go to pit road. When that caliber of driver goes to pit road, you're bound to follow them. You know you're going to be fast. Oh, it's going to hurt them, though, as the cautions come out right here in the middle of a pit cycle.
Multiple cars in this one, a lot of them down on the apron. Dan Harrington, Alex Green, Rob Connors, Travis Elliott, several trucks involved. So let's see if we can figure out what happened. Let's get this broke down for this yellow flag. Our first one here tonight. Into the corner they go. As we're on board with Dan Harrington. See if we can't back that up a little bit more. There we go. Man, oh man, single file. Looked like the 51 of Travis Elliott just gets a right hook. As several more of our drivers were trying to get single file for pit road. And Travis Elliott taking a very hard shot into the wall. Jeff Crosby Sr., the one that's triggering this. Oh, he's going to feel that one.
Yeah, and I think this is just a case of maybe Jeff was going to jump back in line. There was a gap there for him, and I think he just misjudged it by about a half a second. And unfortunately for Travis Elliott, he ends up getting the brunt of that. Boy, that's one of the more wicked hits we've seen this season. That is quite a hit for the 51, and you see parts go flying everywhere as he bounces off the outside wall.
Yeah, a lot of parts and pieces go flying, and everyone checking up. The 11 of Matt Wagner, race control last season, jumping behind the wheel for this season. And they are, all these drivers down on the apron looking for somewhere to hide from further contact. But on the pit road comes a 24 of Tyler Miller. These guys hitting pit road. Logan Helton in the 63, who had already made his pit stop, is going to inherit the race lead. Cody Nagels, Peter DeBorgia, Gabe Butler, and Vigente going to make up the top 5.
Yeah, at first I said it hurt them when they got caught on pit road. Actually, it's going to work to their favor because I thought that maybe the lead group that stayed out the extra lap was going to end up pitting when the caution came out. Obviously, they hadn't made it all the way back around. So it's a flip in track position. It's actually a big break for this group that decided to pit a lap before the caution. They're going to completely flip the track position. Let's see who our big advantage is going to be out of this. Casey Gilchrist is one I look at, definitely. Actually, I think he's in that first group. But guys like Jimmy Reynolds, Richard Sanchez, guys who maybe weren't running up front, but who are going to be able to flip track position right here. It's going to be big for them. And obviously, guys like Nagels, Helton, DeBorgia, Guerrero, Gabe Butler, they wanted to be able to stay out right there, and now they're going to be in prime position for stage points.
Stage 1 going to end at the completion of lap 25. And so with the yellow flag coming out, I do want to take a moment and say hello to Miss Tammy, who's chiming in, and Miss Mara, who is stopping by to say hello. So thank you very much, ladies, for saying hello and joining us here tonight. Logan Helton out in front. That will make Tammy Helton very happy. Mark Mann in the 04. He is running just outside the top 5. He is currently in 6th place, and that will make Miss Mara very happy. So there we go. 2 of our fans chiming in on YouTube chat. If you guys are watching and you haven't done so yet, please make sure you let us know who you are cheering for. And keep in mind that this is a racing channel. Caps locks are advised because we are deaf and we need to be able to see those large letters.
Yeah, if the letters aren't big enough, I can't see them, and then I can't react to them. So definitely makes it a little bit easier on me. Now, re-racking for this green flag, I actually overlooked Mark Mann there. He's a big beneficiary of that caution as well, a guy we haven't really mentioned much tonight. He's going to restart 6th and be in prime position for stage points, but Miller, Marin, Crosby Jr., Zach Workman, guys that were up near the front, Kevin Freese, they're all outside of the stage points now. It's going to be a bit of work for them to get some points here in under 10 laps. It's going to be really tough, I think, but they're in the thick of it now.
Kevin Nagels chiming in. He's cheering for Cody, and he is doing it at the top of his lungs. There we go. Caps lock. Free the caps lock. That should be a hashtag. Free the caps lock. I don't know if it's appropriate, but man, I always get offended because of the caps lock. Someone's like, you can't type in caps all the time. I'm like, but I can see it better.
It's true. You make a great point.
Everyone's like, stop yelling at me. I'm like, I'm blind. Yeah, whatever. It is what it is. The internet is its own little microcosm of idiosyncrasies and all kinds of things like that. But good grief, caps lock is one of them that has been at the top of my list of irritations. Now here we go. Restart number 1. Our first caution done and in the books. And here we go. Logan Helton in the 63. On the throttle, Cody Nagels in the 6 gets in behind him, the 40 of Peter DeBorgia. Now up in front and has to deal with the 63 who jumps down to the inside.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Oh boy, Logan Helton, it's starting early. We saw Kevin Freese do this a lot in the season opener where he got to the lead and he immediately started blocking. It was priority number 1 was to keep himself out front. And obviously that is the same memo for Logan Helton. He's going to do a lot of that tonight as he moves up to the middle of the block. Cody Nagels, boy, a big push from Guerrero to DeBorgia on the bottom with only 2 trucks. That's impressive. Oh, Guerrero slides up a little bit, but he holds it in line. Middle surges. Tyler Miller, Jeff Crosby Jr., they're on the outside as well as Sebastian Marin. So here they come. Looking to get to the front. Nagels, middle to bottom in front of DeBorgia. He wants to lead into 1.
Logan Helton on the outside in the 63, but the 88 of Gabe Butler pushing on his back bumper. Gabe Butler, for the first time, I feel like I'm talking about him the first time here tonight. He's going to give a shot to the back bumper of the 63. Gabe Butler qualified very well here tonight, but seems like, I don't know, I didn't see his truck up front. But now, as we get closer to the stage, he's worked his way back forward.
It's been a lot of cycling tonight, guys, as Butler walks up in front of Helton. Maybe a late block. Can we hold it together? No, we cannot. And it's Mark Mann and Jeff Crosby Jr. in the wall in turn number 1 with Tyler Miller.
And Eric Laurie going around. Nathan Warren into the grass. Yellow flag coming out. The 071 John Deere green. Somebody call Charlene. That 071 pointed the wrong way. Let's see if we can figure out what happened for this yellow flag. As Eric Laurie tries to get that truck pointed in the right direction, he grabs forward gear and gets rolling. All right, here we go. 3 wide with Cody Nagels trying to pull a block. Everyone's stacking up behind them. This was quite the incident. Richard Sanchez involved, Tyler Miller. Several race trucks getting involved in this one. Take another look. 3 trucks get stuck in the outside wall. 3 trucks go spinning down to the inside. Kevin Freese in the 25, able to get through it. off the nose of Zach Workman. Eric Glory spinning down in front of him. Zach Workman able to right his truck. Holy cow, I mean, this was a big one here in this opening stage. We got close to the end of the stage and it seemed like everyone said, yep, that's my spot.
Yeah, and I expected nothing less out of these guys. I thought maybe we had it saved for a second there. Boy, Logan Helton did a whale of a job to hold on to his truck. It may have just been a second too late for Logan Helton to throw that block on the outside. He tried to block the third line. Gabe Butler had just gone up there trying to get to the front. It goes wrong, and all of a sudden there's a bunch of good race trucks again late in the stage that aren't going to get stage points now most likely because of that incident. And boy, we expected to see it. Maybe not quite this early, but as a result, we piled up a lot of good race trucks with, it's going to be 3 laps to go on the stage, I think, when we get back going here.
All right, so with that being said, a request has come through for Logan Helton helmet cam. I don't really have a helmet cam shot, but what I can do is go on board from the roll bar of the driver of the 63. We got a hard shot there. Let's back that up a little bit further. All right, here we go through the tri-oval. The 6. And there you go. Logan Helton gets that shot. And man, did he work that wheel and was able to hold on to it. Heck of a save.
That's impressive. It really is at a Logan Helton when you're going that fast, and he did not have much time to react, and in fact he's able to hold on and keep it going. He was pointed at the inside wall at one point in that wreck.
Yeah, I mean that was look, from that camera's point of view, that was pretty easy. All you had to do was work that wheel back and forth. But let me tell you what Logan Helton was feeling, what he had happened to him, and everything he had to do. That was a beautiful work of art right there.
Yeah, it really was, to make sure he didn't go sideways or even get into the wall. He was so close to the wall when he threw that block too, because that run was coming from up against the wall. It's not enough you can say about that save from Logan Helton. And he's going to be right in the thick of this stage win battle here with 3 laps to go. Maybe we'll get a chance to talk to him about that save if he ends up coming away with a stage win right here.
Well, if he comes away with the stage win, absolutely we'll talk to him about it. But if not, if we get another caution break, we'll try and bring it up, because right now the lights have gone out on the Chevy Silverado, so we need to let the drivers focus, get centered in on what they are doing. I know when the lights go out at my racetrack, that's when I take my deep breath, close my visor down, I make sure I'm in the right gear. I have a lot of things I have to do to make sure I'm ready to take off and go racing. So I do want to try and respect the drivers in the same way that I wish I was respected when, you know, for an interview. But I mean, this is cartoon racing. It's not like anyone's going to get hurt.
Physically, no. Emotionally, maybe yes. We'll see how heated. We'll see how heated it gets a little later on in the race, because from experience, I know that could definitely happen, real or not, if you will.
You're right. Emotionally, there's a reason why they don't let me race on Monday nights anymore. Just because I took the entire field out one time through the tri-oval. Oh my goodness. The emotional scars are so deep that they won't let me run on Monday night anymore. But I was going for the lead. What was wrong with that?
You'd be surprised, honestly. Anyway, pace truck's off, field in the hands of Cody Nagels in the 6. A 3-lap dash to this stage. He will have it. He gets on the loud pedal. 3 laps to go in the stage. His help, Logan Helton, is not there. Meanwhile, look at the middle. Great start by Pete DeBorgia, Vicente Guerrero, and Seabass Marin. All the way up there on the middle line. They are rolling early into one. Usually we see the bottom roll, but oh, look now. That middle is going to roll a good bit here. Seabass, one of the best in the business at pushing. Same with Vicente Guerrero. So this is going to be a tough one for that bottom line. Nagels, Helton, and I believe that's Sean Stevens in the 27 who's made his way up to the front.
Riding on board with David Overstreet down the back stretch here in this 46. Overstreet has a fan. How you doing, Marvin? Marvin cheering for the 46 to get to the front. So right now tucked in behind the 23 of Seabass. We'll see how this plays out for the driver of the 46. I will say, earlier tonight, before everything happened, I did try to say hello to Mr. Overstreet. And I don't think he was there at his microphone when I was trying to talk to him. So, yeah, I got snubbed either intentionally or not. But yeah, it's whatever.
Oh boy, close call there on the back straightaway between Guerrero and Sean Stevens, as they almost went around. Guerrero looked like he got maybe a bad push. He was second in line, maybe got pushed through, which we see a lot in the trucks. You're really going to see it a lot as we are 9 deep, 3 wide. Look at the pushing at the front of the field right now. 1 lap to go in the stage, and we are 3 by 3 for the race lead.
Top 9 cars all in a group right there, as you said, 3 by 3. They are all trying to get after it. Fastest lap of the race going to the one of Zachary Lima that time around. He turned a 46.26 to the one I, finding itself with some speed. Can he make something happen with it? However, Kevin Freese in the 25 has the lead down the backstretch. The 23 shoots down to the inside. Here they go, Dawson off of turn number 4.
Yeah, Marin threw a great late block at the end of the straightaway. They're going to wreck behind him, though. It's going to be interesting if they throw a yellow and let it go. They're going to let it go. Stage 1 winner, Sebastian Marin in the 23.
So Sebastian Marin picks up stage number 1 with a chaotic run off of turn number 4. The 23 picks up the stage. Cody Nagels in a second, and Peter DeBorgia in the 40 rounds out the top 3 for this stage win. Let's back this up and see what happened to bring out the caution, not for the stage, but for everyone wrecking. Kevin Freese in the 25. Let me back this up just a little bit further. Oh, a little bit further, because he's already turned sideways. This is not an exact science, I promise. All right, here we go. Down the backstretch to come to the stage, the 25 had a good run. Zach Fritsch in the 12 pushing on his back bumper. And as they make their way through the corner, the 40 of Peter DeBorgia in the middle lane. Cody Nagels in the 6 down on the bottom, and it looks like the 12 just got to the back bumper of the 25 in a way that they did not agree on. And that is what happened there to bring out, to ruin a good run by the 25.
Yeah, it looked like he might be dead even off turn 4 there. If that actually worked out with Marin, looked like he was going to be the only one to challenge Marin right there at the line. So obviously Sebastian Marin's going to be very happy about that. But Kevin, I'd imagine he's at the opposite end of the spectrum right about now.
All right, so Marvin saying he is rooting for the 46 from Borden, Indiana. Dawson, do you know where Borden, Indiana is?
Unfortunately, I do not.
All right, I have to type it into my phone. Borden, Indiana. Weather, directions. No, I just want to see it. Found it. Uh-huh. There's Borden. Uh-huh. Scroll out. Scroll out a little bit further. A little bit further. It is south of Indianapolis. And it looks like north of Louisville. Okay. There we go. Nice little small town in Indianapolis, or in Indiana, just south of Indianapolis, a little bit south of Bloomington. Marvin, have you been to Bloomington? There's a beautiful dirt track in Bloomington. On
Love a good Midwest dirt track, don't you, KR?
Yes. Pit Road, Dawson, go ahead.
Yeah, pit stop's already wrapped up over here as we get ready to rack up behind the pace truck, excuse me. Wow, I did it with the pace car this week. Notable, Les Levy was 2 laps down going into this cycle. He's going to get one of his laps back here. He stays out for the wave around. As Logan Helton led the race off pit road in front of DeBorgia, Marin, Warren, and Nagels. As we get ready to rack them up for stage number 2.
All right, let's get talking to our stage winner. That is the driver of the 23. I tried to find... Crap. I know he's here. Did I... There he is. Found him. Good grief. They need to, like... I don't know. Sebastian Marin, you got your ears on, bud?
Yes, sir, I do.
Hey, congratulations on the stage win, man.
Thanks, appreciate it. To be honest, I wasn't even looking at the lap counter. I didn't even know that was the end of the stage.
So what you're saying is the less you pay attention, the better you can do?
Well, not really. Like, I saw them going to the third lane, got cleared to the middle. I saw Kevin on the outside, and I knew he was clear middle, so we being buddies, I thought I would drop to the bottom. He would go middle, but he didn't, and then they wrecked. So then I just threw a block on Peter because I wanted to be back in the middle, and then the yellow came out, and then I saw that it was the end of the stage.
Well, I mean, when you put it that way, it sounds pretty easy.
Well, not easy, I'll tell you that much.
All right, man. Well, hey, nice job on picking up the stage win. Sebastian, we were looking at the points, Dawson and I, and we noticed that you missed a race. But despite that, you are the points leader coming into tonight. Now you've won the stage, so you have expanded your points lead despite the fact you're 1 race less than everyone else.
Yeah, I've had very good fortune so far this season. Obviously, I've already got 1 well under my belt, and then I finished second last week, and I've been able to get a lot of stage points, so that definitely helps.
Oh, so you're not going to tell us how you're cheating?
No.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
okay.
cheating?
Because I know how much I'm cheating, and you're beating me, so... All right, man. Well, nice job. Congratulations on the stage win. Shout-outs, thank yous that you'd like to give.
Yeah, shout out to Dell Cup Games, Zachary Lima and Steve Korosek, who unfortunately couldn't make it tonight. Shout out for them for racing again this season with me. And shout out to OP for putting on this league. And here we go. Let's see what the rest of this race has in store for me.
All right, there you have it. The driver of the 23, Sebastian Marin from Dale Cup Games, our stage winner. Nice job, Sebastian, for getting that done. So, Dawson, we're going to stack them up side by side, 2 by 2, several rows deep. Why don't you take it away from here?
Well, I will say this in the, most, I don't even know how to put it, way possible. I'm not sure how we've done this, but we're somehow disconnected because I'm already a lap into the green flag run here. I'm not sure.
Oh, crap. That's me.
I think I'm in the future. I don't know.
That's me. No, that's
but
me.
I will take it away from here. Not much has changed, so yeah, not everyone's missed anything. Again, no 3 wide. It's so odd, and this happened too at the beginning of the race. Well, okay, never mind. It's Nate Warren and Vicente Guerrero the first to try the 3rd line. It's just so much calmer, it seems, than we're used to. I'm not used to these guys waiting so long to go 3 wide. We really didn't see it consistently until the last lap of that stage.
Yeah, they really didn't break out that 3 wide up until it really was time to pay the piper. So right now, Sebastian Merritt in the 23, down to the inside. Logan Helton in the 63 to his outside. And once again, I do have to apologize. I watched the replay, and then I never set it back to live. So that's on me. No, wait, no. I'm perfect. That's on Dawson. Dawson made that mistake.
Maybe a bit of a slight mistake, but anyway, luckily not much changed despite that unclaimed mistake, we'll call it, for about a lap. There's Marin controlling the field with the help of Cody Nagels. These guys have been together a lot tonight already, and no surprise, they're hooked up 1-2. David Overstreet's made his way up here. How about Davo on the bottom in the 46? He's 3rd in line. Top line, Helton, DeBorgia, and Zachary Lima's up here.
46, 3rd truck on the inside lane. That's going to make Marvin very happy, all the way from Borden, Indiana. And, Marvin saying that he's 15 miles east of Salem Speedway. And I forgot about Salem being there. Like, Bloomington is a dirt track, but Salem is also a track worthy of note. It may not be a dirt track, but holy cow, Salem, absolutely one of those tracks that is short track history. So a lot of history in Indiana, whether it's short tracks or big tracks. Like, good grief, Indiana has like the heartbeat of everyone's racing dreams.
Certainly seems that way, obviously, being so close to Indianapolis Motor Speedway and the major center that has become over the years. So yeah, some great facilities in Indiana. Salem is definitely one of them. Salem's a really great track. It's really fun racing if you ever get a chance to watch or head out there. It's a lot of fun. Meanwhile, some guys who are having fun right now, Gabe Butler and Travis Elliott and Zach Workman. Boy, we said no 3 wide for a while. They've decided, all right, it's time to go to the front. And Butler is leading the charge. They're up to the third line here of trucks. Now, scratch that. They are to 2nd. Butler may have the lead going into 1 right here.
Butler with a full head of steam. That truck has the nose to the race lead, and he is still on the high side. Only has 2 trucks behind him. That momentum dies out just a little bit, but watch them down the back straight. They are going to have a full head of steam.
Yeah, they do, and it's really all you need is 3 trucks, especially early in a run. If you have the ability to push very hard, not have to manage temps, that's exactly what those 3 did. They waited to get hooked up, and boy, they got up here in a hurry, and now it's more what we're used to. 3x3 at the front of the field, everybody pushing the guy in front of them. You can afford to do that now a little bit. As Matt Wagner's joined the fray, he's just outside this 3x3 battle. Nate Warren is just inside the 3x3 battle. He's 3rd in the middle. Casey Gilchrist trying to make it happen a little bit further back. Some guys starting to maybe bail out. Maybe this is a little too much for him. Still in stage number 2. And that's, I think, where David Overstreet is. Maybe starting to mull. Do I want to be up here yet, or do I want to save my truck for a little later on?
I kind of want to start a petition right now to move this to Thursday night, because we're talking about Salem, we're talking about Indiana. We need to have some Thursday night thunder. Oh, trouble! The 24 up into the wall, and the yellow flag comes out. Holy cow. I wasn't ready for that.
Yeah, it was quick. That's how quick it can happen, and it was Tyler Miller in the 24, the first one I saw get out of shape. quick caution is going to set up another short run to the end of the stage. It actually is going to take away the green flag pit stop we were getting ready to have in just a few laps. So now it's strategy's out the window. You can go for the stage win if you're one of these guys up front.
All right, give me just a moment to set this up because there's quite a bit going on here. Let's go off the nose of the driver of the 14, Vicente Guerrero. And you can see contact ahead of him, and then everyone kind of spreads out. And it looks like just a caution to be safe. You know what I mean? The yellow flag came out because things looked very bad, but everyone kind of did get sorted out. Tyler Miller smacked the outside wall, but stays straight. The 11 came down below the yellow line, but never made contact with anyone. So it is a little bit of a good thing that they called the caution, but you can see everyone behind them kind of stacked up. We saw the 15 in that shot sideways. The yellow flag is out, and everyone on the pit road. And here comes Sebastian Marin in the 23 to win the race off of pit road.
No surprise there as he has the second pit box. No surprise Logan Helton comes out right behind him in the first pit box. The further down your pit box is under yellow, the quicker you can get off pit road. You can just barely have to gas it up and get right to that line. And it's advantage Marin, advantage Logan Helton tonight, and that's going to be on every stop. The further back you are, the less likely you are to get that same advantage off of pit road. So no surprise, 23-63, top two on pit road.
All right, so with that being said, we're going to take a quick break. No one go anywhere. We'll be right back after this.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we get ready to fire off here. Once again, the Chevy Silverado drops down to pit road. That majestic beast is finding its way into safety because there's a couple Fords who want to try and wreck it, but they can't quite catch it because all the Chevys are out in front. Green flag is out, and here we go.
Yeah, and it's a big push to our leader, Sebastian Marin, who took the top there with 1 to go. I don't know how much it's going to benefit him because the push is with the bottom. Zachary Lima all over the back of Logan Helton in the 63. Overstreet dives top to bottom. He's 4th in line now behind Peter DeBorgia, who finds himself 3rd in line. Here comes the middle. Oh, maybe a little bit off center was Workman on the back of Marin. Oh, he was working the wheel right there. And Nate Warren has to scatter out of line as he almost gets into the back of Cody Nagels. Top line's got to take a minute. Logan Helton's going to throw with a block off turn number 4, coming to 10 to go in stage number 2. We'll see how content Marin is to ride 2nd in line. I can't imagine he'll be content for very long.
Riding on board with David Overstreet, and you can see he has got his work cut out for him. Marvin Overstreet typing in and saying that this is his mom. So go, David, go. All right. Well, David finds himself in a great spot for this stage. Still have quite a bit of laps to go in stage number 2. 1, carry the 9, and subtract the A. I think there's 10 laps left, maybe 9 as they cross the start-finish line.
It is 9 as Marin finds himself clear in front of his teammate Zach Lima. Let's see if he takes it. He does not yet. Now there he goes. 23 down in front of the 1. Teammates on the bottom now. Lima and Marin up top. It's Helton, Workman, Nagels. That's a tough trio to beat. Up on the middle line as Marin slides up just a little. That was dicey. Nate Warren's 4th in line. He keeps peeking to the 3rd line. He's going to want to go. He just doesn't quite have the help to do it. Here we go. Gabe Butler goes bottom to middle. Travis Elliott's with him. Eric Laurie's back at the front. A lot of guys making their way into their positions here to try to get some stage points.
Side by side, they make their way off of turn number 4 onto the front stretch. Logan Helton in the 63 has the advantage at the line and leads that lap. Zach Workman, Sebastian Marin, Cody Nagel, Zachary Lima, and Nate Warren all in the hunt right there. They are all waiting for the right time to make their move.
Yeah, and obviously for Helton, it was right there. Another big moment between Workman and Marin. That's the second one in 3 laps. Another big moment for the 23 as he gets a shot from his teammate, Zach Lima. Boy, Sebastian Marin, the hardest working man on the racetrack the past, I don't know, minute and a half, as he has had to work the wheel 3 different times to keep his truck pointed straight. No surprise. And that's why he's the points leader. Helton drawing up the racetrack just a little. A moment between himself and Zach Workman now. Still 7 to go, but you'd think it was the last lap of the race.
That's the thing about OP is you never really know when the last lap is going to be. It could be on lap 3. It could be on lap 103. But here we are working lap 44 of 100. And the caution flag has come out once again. We are not within the range to end the stage, so we are going to fire them off before it is all said and done. But with that yellow flag coming out, let's see if I can back it up far enough to figure out what happened here.
Looked like maybe a classic stack up near the back of the field, I think. Just an accordion effect maybe. And some guys got around just outside the top 15 or 20. And we see it all the time on super speedways. It just, sometimes it stacks up. You have nowhere to go. And yep, it looks like that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, the 66 gets the back end picked up. Hardcore. Bubba Winningham in his first race here tonight just absolutely got assaulted. Well, congratulations you've made your way into the top spot here on Monday night, and yeah, someone just rear-ends you and says, welcome to the big leagues.
Yeah, not the welcome I'm sure Bubba Winningham wanted to Monday nights, but alas, that's the welcome he's going to get. And, oh boy, he ended up underneath Anthony English in the 44. Just kind of an innocent bystander in that one.
All right, so with that being said, the yellow flag is out, and we are going to take another quick break. No one go anywhere. We'll be right back after this.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we stack the field up 2 by 2, side by side. Once again, we get ready to fire them off and let them loose to wrap up stage number 2. If you all are enjoying the show that the drivers are putting on for you, please do hit that thumbs up. Make sure you make all the comments that you need to. Get active in YouTube chat. And I'll tell you what, me and Dawson, we don't care about the thumbs up. Dawson, have you looked at the thumbs up that we get?
Every now and then I'll peek at it, but it's not personally something that offends me, if that's what you're asking.
That is what I'm asking. However, I do ask it for the drivers because as a driver myself, my ego is quite large. And I need to know that I am doing a good job at putting on a show for the fans. So if you guys are enjoying the show, please do hit that thumbs up. Make sure that you do it as many times as you can. And make sure that you are interacting in this YouTube chat and letting us know who you're cheering for. I know who you guys are cheering for. Don't get me wrong. I want to see how you are cheering for them in the YouTube chat as often as possible, because if you were at a real race, every time that restart was going on, you would be shouting, you would be yelling for your driver. I know it's cartoon racing, so we have nothing but caps lock and YouTube chat, so let her rip. Here we go once again. Green flag is out. We are back underway here at Daytona. And once again, Sebastian Marin and Logan Helton out in front of the field tonight.
Yeah, it was actually a really late decision with 1 to go for Logan Helton to take the top, and he splits the teammates up, Lima and Marin. One's top, one's bottom. So a smart late decision by Helton. Unfortunately, Marin's going to get a good run through 1 and 2 with the help of Zach Workman and block the run of the 63. So Logan Helton will be confined to pushing the 23, and that he is doing. Oh boy, a little hard to handle. Nate Warren leads the top. Here they come. Himself, Butler, DeBorgia, Elliott. They are the first 4 to go to the third line. They are rolling up against the wall. Ooh, for a second, though. Gabe Butler gets out of line. Now he has to dive back to the middle, and the run is stalled as Marin and Workman lead the field back to the start-finish line.
Across the line, the 23 of Sebastian Marin is our race leader. We have to get to the completion of lap 50. Sebastian Marin makes a move to the outside lane. He throws a block on the 63, and that is going to slow him down just a little bit. Zach Workman in the 19 has the momentum for the moment. Down the inside, here we go. Oh my goodness, the 66 drops down to the inside. Good heads-up move by the driver right there.
It was a great late heads-up move. Unfortunately, I don't think Sebastian Marin or Logan Helton are going to be very happy because it allowed the bottom line to get a draft and hang even with the 23. 1 lap to go in stage number 2, and we are double file. I think Marin maybe was hoping that that Winningham would move up against the wall. He'd be able to clear the 19. Alas, no. Double file, and now we're 3 trucks deep in each row. The bottom line surges. Workman, Marin. It's going to be a drag race down the back straightaway. What can Gabe Butler do? He's 4 rows back on the top. They've got help coming to the front. We may be 3 wide in turn 3. For now, though, what a push Logan Helton gives to Marin. He's clear. Is Helton going to be clear going into 3? He's looking for a move to make. Through 3 and 4, Marin to the bottom. Now it's going to leave Helton in the middle. What does Lima do? What does Workman do? Back to the start-finish line.
Here we go. Final few moments of stage number 2, and Sebastian Marin going to go back-to-back here tonight. Remember, we said he missed the opening race, but he came into tonight as our points leader, and he has done nothing but expand that points lead. The 23 winning stage 1 and stage 2. Holy cow, I think this 23 is really enjoying these trucks.
Yeah, I think he is too, and we just see it every single time we see him on track. He's so dominant. He's so good at this. I mean, you can just tell there's so much natural talent there to be out front every single week and going up against the best. I mean, Logan Helton, Cody Nagel, Zach Workman, it's tough competition, and yet he has swept both stages, and you said it, he leads the points despite missing a race, and he just expanded his point lead even more, getting those 10 extra stage points right there.
All right, so the 23 gonna cycle around and get caught up behind our Chevy Silverado that is made with tornadoes and thunderstorms. Good grief, that's way better than what's made with a Ford, which is depression and sadness, and I don't know. Dawson, do you have a Ford?
I don't have a Ford, thankfully.
Oh, all right. Chevy?
I don't have one of those either, but that would be my preference.
Uh-oh. What do we drive, Dawson? I'm not judging. I'm just judging.
I don't know. I don't know if that's information I want to divulge on this broadcast tonight. No.
Toyota?
No. It's kind of fun to make you guess. I think. I don't know. Why don't you keep guessing until you get it? Maybe we'll see how many weeks this will go.
Dodge. All right.
No,
I'll go through.
Not quite. But
do you have a Tesla?
I don't. No. No.
Oh, all right. So you're not rich. All right, we're good.
Well, you said it, not me.
On the pit road, the 23 leads this field. Our stage 1 and stage 2 winner leads this field on the pit road, and into their stalls they come. Right now, we have had quite the race here tonight. Only a few drivers are not on the lead lap. And so down and away, the 23 of Sebastian Marin clears out of his pit stall and heads off into the great blue yonder. We'll never talk to him again unless Dawson can figure out where he is at. This is the second time in a row I've lost him. I don't even know what team he's on.
I was gonna say, I think it's a little bit worse the second time because you already went down and found him one time. I
know. But Dawson, take it away, man.
Yeah, I've caught up with our Stage 2 winner, Sebastian Marin. You got us up in the booth?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Well, it hasn't been that long since we talked to you once, man, and we're talking to you again. You get it done in Stage 2. I got to ask, were you looking at the laps counter that time, or were you not aware we were at the end of the stage again?
That time I definitely was, especially having my teammate up there. I was trying to take care of him too, so I definitely was looking at the laps there.
All right, well, you've won both stages. We've already talked to you once, so we'll save the how'd you get there question. Maybe we won't. How'd you get to the second stage when obviously the first stage is good enough, but you managed to stay up front, make the right moves at the right time? Kind of take us through what your mindset's been tonight.
Yeah, my mindset, especially with these new trucks, has just been staying out front, just be more aggressive than I was with the B cars. So that's the main focus, just try to stay out front. And after the end of stage 1, I stayed out front. That yellow came out, I think, a lap before we were gonna pit, so it kind of forced everybody to pit. So I managed to keep my track position, and then after that, it was just managing the runs, managing the temps of the people that were pushing behind me. And I had my teammates on, depending on the restart, it would be outside or inside. And I was just managing, and I was working really well with Logan. I knew Logan would kind of stay with me because we kind of both have the same mentality. So I was just managing, and with Zach being damaged, I knew that the bottom would generally be faster. So that's why I kept moving up, because I knew Zach was having a hard issue pushing Logan because of his damage. But yeah, everything worked out. Just played the runs perfect and got another stage win. Obviously, I want that win at the end, so these stage points are obviously great, but I already got a win, so I'm already locked in. So I guess the only thing I can look forward to is at the end of the season winning the regular season championship. But besides that, I want to win, so that's going to be the main focus now.
All right, well, still a ways to go in this one, but you're leading the race. You got your teammate up front now, so good luck the rest of the way. Congrats on that Stage 2 win, and maybe we'll be talking to you at the end.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, there you have it. Our stage winner, back-to-back stage winners. Ashton moved himself. I wasn't fast enough. Sorry. Oof. Good grief. All right, Dawson, here we go. It is time for our restart into the final stage. Zachary Lima in the 1 to the outside of the 23 of Sebastian Marin. So, Dawson, you're Zachary Lima and you're going up against the 23. What do you do here on this restart?
I think you work out a team restart here. Obviously, Marin's going to have the control as the pace truck gives him control of the field into the restart zone. He's going to get on the loud pedal. Let's see if... Oh, he got a push on the restart. Did the 1 of Zach Lima, so no teammate restart this time. What I was going to say is maybe let the 23 up in line if you can, if you could lay off a little bit and work that out. It did not. They're going to be dead even into turn number 1. Cody Nagel says, no, sir. I am not going to let that happen on my watch. But I think he's going to get up anyway here as he clears the 1. Is he going to be able to beat Logan Helton to it is the question. Will Helton be clear off turn 2? He is. But they're going to stay in line. So a little bit surprising. Logan Helton stays committed to the back bumper of the 23. Those have been our 2 leaders tonight, Marin and Helton. Kind of surprised Helton didn't take it. He might right here, though, here in turns 3 and 4. He's got DeBorgia as well behind him. Will they take it off turn number 4? DeBorgia peeking. There he goes. There goes the 40. And there goes the 63 on cue. Oh, Marin, that's going to leave him with no help as they cross the line. Logan Helton to the lead.
Logan Helton in the 63 takes over the top spot as he heads off into turn number 1 in the outside. But here comes the 40 of Peter DeBorgia down on the inside lane. The 23 is Sebastian Marin pushing on his back bumper. And oh my goodness, let's do some housekeeping that we haven't done just yet. Bubba Winningham and Tyler Miller are the only drivers who are not on the lead lap. And of those two, Tyler Miller has been out of this race since lap 37. Bubba Winningham is down 2 laps to the rest of the field. But Jeff Crosby Sr. in 34th spot right now. He is on the lead lap. He is the last truck on the lead lap. He has lost the draft here just a little bit. But with that being said, Dawson, time and time again, alls I have said to win a race in OP is you have got to be on the lead lap, and that's it.
Well, it certainly seems that way. Even this season, we've seen just a couple of guys that maybe weren't in contention most of the night, maybe were a lap or two down, came back to either have good finishes or win the race altogether. So you're not out of it as long as you're on the lead lap late in the race, and we'll see who's going. Oh, wow, a lot of dicing up front. Helton, Lima, and Marin, they split like crazy right there as Helton ends up in the top lane with Butler and Elliott behind him all of a sudden. Gabe Butler and Travis Elliott, and Richard Sanchez has made his way into the top 10 now. Some new faces making their presence felt at the front of the field.
All right, so the 23 who won stage 1 and stage 2 finds himself out in front right now. Logan Helton in the 63 getting a hard shove from the 88. Cody Nagels in the 6 in the 3rd lane as they all make their way through the tri-oval and now have to head off into turn number 1. And Logan Helton, Sebastian Marin, these two drivers have been our dominating drivers in this race here tonight. But look out, the 6 of Cody Nagels could sneak in and make something happen in that 3rd lane.
Yeah, they needed some help, and they got it in the form of Travis Elliott and Nate Warren. They were making it work for a minute, but you need at least 3 trucks in line to make something happen when you're all the way up on the outside against the wall, and Elliott's just not close enough to the 25, although the middle has started to disconnect as well. So we'll see if the 3rd line can keep rolling. Nagels for now, even with Logan Helton, but that's going to allow Zach Lima to pull almost a truck length clear of the field here into 1, even despite the damage on the left side. Here comes his teammate Marin. They're going to manage the lines. Here are the teammates. Logan Helton content to push for now. Let's see if he takes that 3rd line in front of Nagels. I certainly wouldn't be surprised. He's not going to, though, so still 2x2 most of the way back. Nagels and Kevin Freese, though, a little bit stubborn. Oh, now Nagels the only one that's stubborn as he gets hung out to dry. Boy, what a move by Sebastian Marin right there in front of his teammate, wrecking behind him, Casey Gilchrist.
Trouble behind them. Caution flag is coming out as the 31 was pointed the wrong direction for a moment. But he rights the ship and away we go. Yellow flag is out. So let's figure out what happened here. Gonna have to back that up a little bit further. All right, it looks like Casey Gilchrist in the 31 up on the high side here. Slots in to the middle lane and then contact and some things happen. See if we can't find a better shot of that. Man, the way the 31 moved, I don't want to say net code, but when a truck goes from one angle to another incredibly sharp like that, almost have to say net code.
Yeah, it's been a really big problem recently too, so I certainly wouldn't be surprised if that's the case, especially as close as we were running all the way through the field right there. It's a product of it sometimes when you're running super close together on these super speedways. Unfortunately, that can happen, and that's exactly what happened. Boy, it's tough for Josh Gathright as well as the 11 of Matt Wagner. Innocent bystanders in that one.
All right, so yellow flag is out, down and away we come off of pit road. Sebastian Marin wins the race off of pit lane. Logan Helton, Zachary Lima, Gabe Butler, and Peter DeBorgia make up your top 5 off of pit road. And then everyone else coming in behind them. So a heck of a run here tonight by the 23 in the 63 of Logan Helton. So Dawson, I know this is your first season with OP Racing here on Monday night, but some mainstays at the front of the pack, kind of no matter what happens, you know, you can't win every race, but you can be up front every time. And, well, the 23 and the 63 are some of those guys who are up front every time.
Yeah, the more I watch these guys run, the more I get to race against them, the more I figure out, you know, who's going to be one of those mainstays. And yeah, you're certainly right. Marin and Helton, two of the best that we see on Monday nights. No surprise, they've led a lot of laps tonight. I don't have an exact count, but I mean, I imagine the 23's led a whole bunch of laps. He's been dominant tonight. If I recall correctly, in our season opener, I believe Kevin Freese swept both stages as well before winning the race. So maybe a bit of a trend in our first rotation here back to Daytona.
So what you're saying is if your truck is correct, you're going to win everything for the night?
Maybe. We'll obviously see. It's still a ways to go before I can definitely say that, but
well, I mean,
it is interesting.
The reason why I ask is I have a 2002 Chevy Silverado that I would like to introduce into the racing here tonight, but it's an 02 and it has 360,000 miles on it. Do I have a chance at winning?
Well, maybe if Sebastian Marin and Logan Helton weren't on track, but then again, I don't know how many people are going to beat them anyway. So, yeah, with those two, probably not. And it's not a dig at you. It's a compliment to how good those guys have been.
Well, I'm going to take it personally, no matter what. I'm just kidding. All right, here we go. The 23 is Sebastian Marin on the inside of row number 1 to his outside. Logan Helton in the 63. Row number 2 going to be made up of Zachary Lima and Gabe Butler. And I'll tell you what, Gabe Butler is no slouch in these trucks as well. We'll see if maybe that 63 can hold off the 88 on this restart. But guys, I'll tell you what, this race is far from over. We still have about 37 laps to go. If I do some quick math, I will say it's 5. But I'll tell you what, the 88, the I1I, the 63, the 23, these are some regular contenders at the front of the field. And the reason why they're there is they know what they are doing. So here we go. Once again, our Chevy Silverado drops down on the pit road. The 63, the 23, side by side for the restart. Green flag is out, and away we go once again.
It's another restart where Sebastian Marin led the field off pit road and decided to take the top. This one's a little bit more confusing because his teammate starts the inside of row number 2. An interesting decision by Sebastian Marin. Let's see if maybe his teammate can get up in front of him here off turn number 2. Cody Nagels and Vicente Guerrero, their teammates, they tested the top there up against the wall. It didn't work for him. Now they're going to peek again. Cody goes first. Now Vicente doesn't go with him, though, and they're going to have to dive back in line. 2 by 2 all the way back as Helton got clear, jumped up in front of Marin off turn number 2. Still 2 by 2 down the backstretch, but now Lima leads the bottom. And for the first time, it seems like tonight, it's Marin pushing Helton, not the other way around.
Riding on board with the 44 of Anthony English, who is back in 29th spot. Just ahead of him is Sean Stevens and Les Levy. Matt Wagner in the 11, just 3 trucks ahead. And then everywhere up in front is side by side, 2 by 2. They are all getting after it right now as they make their way down the back stretch. The I-1 eye of Zachary Lima finds himself trying to take over the race lead. And holy cow, Peter DeBorgia on his back bumper. Zach Workman and Kevin Freese, a lot of good drivers on that inside line.
Yeah, but it's just not going to be enough to beat the middle, and that's 3 heavy hitters, Helton, Marin, and Gabe Butler. For as good as Marin has been out front, I think he's even better when he's the second truck in line, which he's not going to stay as for long. He jumps down in front of his teammate, but Marin is so good. He's good at being the leader in the line. He's good at being second in line. He is just, it's why he's at the front all the time. He knows how to make the moves, and he also has the wherewithal to always be up front, always know the right move to make. So no surprise, Marin in front of his teammate though. The outside now a little bit, what am I trying to look for? It's a little bit slower than we're used to. How about the bottom line? Oh, Helton, save on the driver, the 63. He's gonna go backwards, but at least he didn't end up in the wall.
Oh my goodness, he was able to hold on to it, and he is dropping back. But still a lot of laps in this race to go. And the 63 of Logan Helton slots in not too far from where he was. So watch out. That 63 is going to start working his way forward once again.
Yeah, incredible effort to keep it off the wall right there. I thought he was dead to rights the second he got sideways in the middle of the corner. You don't see a lot of guys make that save. Certainly Helton is one of the few that we can positively say we keep struck off the wall right there. He's, yeah, just about 13th or 14th position, so not a huge drop off for the 63. He'll slot in line and maybe take a deep breath before coming back to the front.
No, he's already going 3 wide. He doesn't need a deep breath.
I guess I spoke too soon. No surprise. I mean, he does have his teammate with him now, though, Mark Mann from Alliance Motorsports. So maybe that's part of the reason he's already 3 wide.
Mark Mann in the 04 on the back bumper of the 63. Richard Sanchez in the 510 just ahead of the 63. And then the 40 of Peter DeBorgia using the charge from the 3rd lane all the way to the front of the field. Now he drops down to the middle. Sebastian Marin gonna drop to his inside. Oh my goodness, they're getting very tight coming off of turn number 4.
Every time I think I've seen Sebastian Marin do it all, he does something else that I just don't think it should work. It shouldn't work. That's not gonna work. His teammate
it is not this time.
In front of the field.
Sebastian Marin and everyone else, the leaders, all get caught up into it. Richard Sanchez gets plowed into by the 46. Sebastian Marin gets pointed in the right direction, but the yellow flag comes out. And holy cow, for the first time, our leaders who have been making some bold moves, who have been doing some very high skill moves, showing off their talent, it kind of caught up to them here tonight.
Yeah, there are some incredible trucks in this wreck. Obviously, Marin gets some of the worst of this, I think, and Logan Helton actually went for a spin as well in the 63. So our 2 dominant trucks all of a sudden are out of the picture for now. Marin getting a lot worse into that, man. That's going to be some big damage on the 23, and it's no fault of his teammate. It just happened to be a bad push, but boy, when it's your teammate, that can hurt just a little bit more.
You know, racing is all about being millimeter perfect time and time again. And as we look at this replay, we can see all it takes is just a couple millimeters wrong one way or another. 23 is out in front with some good, steady pushing. And then all of a sudden, catches a wrong push from Zachary Lima, and everything goes wrong.
You know what? Actually, on a second look at that from that angle that you just had, I didn't see it at first. I think he actually gets hooked to the 88 of Gabe Butler, maybe a little bit of netcode on down the front straightaway. I didn't see that when I first saw the wreck, so perhaps some netcode, maybe not a bad push from his teammate, perhaps just an unfortunate consequence of running this close together. We'll see it one more time and confirm that, but I thought for sure maybe it's not a bad push here. Maybe it's a little bit of netcode. Oh yeah, I think it is.
Either way, that's how fast your fortunes can change here in OP on Monday night. As we go back to live, just so I make sure I don't do what I did about 30 minutes ago. Zachary Lima wins the race off of pit road. Vicente I'm not going to say the rest of it. Zach Workman, Kevin Freese, Jeff Crosby Jr. rounds out your top 5 here tonight. And then Logan Helton, Alex Green in the number 3. Good to see Alex Green in the top 10. Alex Green, owner of OP Racing, who has stepped away and made his way back. And man, anytime you see Alex Green doing a good job or running well, for me it feels good. Been a long time fan of Alex. He maybe can't back up a trailer, and there may be video evidence of the fact he can't back up a trailer. But good grief, if we can see Alex Green get a top 10, it always feels good for me.
Yeah, I don't know how offended he's going to be at that if we do get to talk to him later, but we'll find out for sure, I guess. Yeah, right. Good to see Alex Green running at the front.
Listen, we have to hurt his feelings. Okay? We don't care how offended he is. I watched a video of him try to back up. And my wife, who has never backed up a truck, trailer, anything, could do better than what he did. It was awesome and epic, and it should be in every OP commercial. That's how awesome it is.
Oh boy.
Either way, the lights have gone out on our Chevy Silverado pace truck. Zachary Lima, Vicente Guerrero, Kevin Freese, Zach Workman, Jeff Crosby Jr., and Logan Helton are our top 6 drivers. Cody Nagels, Alex Green tuck in behind them. But here we go. And Dawson, I'm going to let you take it away.
Yeah, some fast repairs got taken right here. This is a make or break restart for some guys. Cody Nagels has taken his. He is on his last remaining truck, if you will. Same for Sebastian Marin. And that's 2 big hitters that all of a sudden their race just got a lot more difficult. Marin especially, who's going to be pretty much lodged at the back of the field right here, as I believe he made an extra pit stop. So he will have some work cut out for him in the last 28 laps of this race. but it does flip the track position. How about Vicente Guerrero on the outside of the front row? Jeff Crosby Jr. is back at the front. Alex Green we already talked about. Jeff Crosby Sr. has made his first appearance at the front, as well as Josh Gathright, who is back there, I believe, just inside the top 10 in the 89. No, he's 12th. Well, I cut him too many breaks right there. Oh well. Anyway, he is 12th, so some guys that maybe weren't running up front, now all of a sudden you're thrust to the front with 28 laps to go right in the hornet's nest, and your strategy has to change. We do still have a pit stop looming, I believe, but we will have to see. As the field is in the hands of Zachary Lima in the number 1 machine for Dale Cup Games. No longer has his teammate as he hits the restart zone. 28 laps to go. Green flag back in the air. A big restart for Vicente Guerrero in the 14. He might jump down in front of Zach Lima right here, and that he will. So, great start by the 14 out of Limitless Motorsports. A teammate of Cody Nagels running, well, now 5th on the inside. He was 3rd on the outside. Now he's tucked in the line. Only 2 outside. Oh, well, I lied. Now it's 3 outside as Nagels goes 3rd on the outside. Well, he's trying to get a run. And there goes Vicente all the way up. Oh, too far up. Tried to square up to Kevin Freeze. So now it's Guerrero, Freeze, Helton. And Lima retakes the lead on the bottom of the racetrack. Headed back to turn number 3. 28 laps to go. It'll be 27 the next time we flash by the start-finish line. It's about a 10-truck breakaway at the front of the field. Back to John Guerra. Alex Green goes bottom to top. Oh, Lima loose off the bumper of Zach Workman right there. Here comes Guerrero with the help of Kevin Freeze. A great run for the 14. Oh, the run's back to the bottom as Zach Workman and Jeff Crosby Jr. are tucked up underneath the 1 of Zach Lima. He stays clear for the time being. Alex Green, he went bottom to the top. Nate Warren is up on the middle line now. Kevin Freeze all over the back of Vicente Guerrero. Logan Helton kind of holding off a little bit, laying back. Kind of surprising, but he may not have a choice here in a second as Alex Green has closed in on the 63. Crosby Jr. took a look, nothing doing. As Helton starts to pull back up. Still 2x2 up front, though. Great pushing by Kevin Freeze to keep Vicente Guerrero even, not for long. Lima, can he save it? How did he save that truck? What a moment for the 1 truck of Zach Lima. How did we keep it together? I have no idea. But we do. 26 laps to go as we flash by the line. A big moment there. Right as we pass the start-finish line. That's going to scatter the field for the time being. Here comes Kevin Freeze to the top, headed back to 1.
Side by side, they go into turn number 1. Zachary Lima, Kevin Freeze, your race leaders, but the 14 of Vicente Guerrero and the 63 of Logan Helton are pushing on the back bumpers of these trucks. Zach Workman in the 19, he knows a thing or two about how to win a race in the trucks.
No surprise he's back up front either, as he's been up front a lot this season, too. We're getting used to seeing that white, green, and orange Instacart machine. So no surprises. He has found his way to the front when it matters. And he almost sent Zach Lima around last time by as we got close to the start-finish line. That was a huge moment. He's used to those. Maybe not used to being on the other end of those. So too wide, a little further back. Helton has made his way up to the back bumper of the 25 now. He's quit laying off. As Cody Nagels goes bottom to middle, he's now 3rd on the middle line. There's Alex Green in the bright red number 3 machine as he has made his way into the top 8 onto the back straightaway. Still 2x2 most of the way back.
With 25 laps to go, we know everyone has to make at least 1 more pit stop. Our drivers last on pit road on lap 70 as we work lap 76 here. So 1 more pit stop in store as we almost had a big moment from Zachary Lima. So 1 more pit stop to go. And Dawson, as we work lap 24, or I should say 24 laps to go, when do you want to come down pit road knowing that you have about 14 laps of fuel if you push it hard, wide open the entire time, or 17 laps if you're trying to save as much as you can?
I think personally for me, I probably cut that run in half, if you will. I like cut the window in half. I think you go between 15 and 16 laps. I think that's where you're safe for maybe a green, white, checkered attempt, but also you're not going to be undercutting the field by too much. Undercutting is not what it used to be. It doesn't gain you a ton of time unless you have committed teammates that you can communicate with. So I think you maybe cut that window in half or run it long. I think those are the two strategies. But then again, we keep talking about pit strategy. We've talked about it the last few weeks, and it never comes to fruition at the end of the race. These guys find a way to have a caution just inside the pit window, so we'll see what happens.
I agree with you. You kind of got to see what happens, but absolutely, you maybe hit pit road. I don't know, because time and time again, we see the drivers who hit pit road first come away with the race lead as everything cycles through. But if you hit pit road first, that means you still have 17 laps that you have to defend that position. So that is a lot of work to do. So I don't know, man.
Yeah, and it's also so important, I think, to know who's around you. And it's like I said, if you have a group of teammates that you can pit with, as Vicente Guerrero is going to drop out of line. Is he going to the back? An odd moment from the 14. That's really odd. Oh, big moment. Helton and Nagels. Was that coordinated or what? They go middle to bottom and hang Kevin Freeze to dry. What a huge block by Helton. If that was a block, then it was the most coordinated block I've ever seen. But no, going back to what I was saying, if you have a group of teammates here at the front, then I think it's easier to maybe come a little bit early and pit before everyone else and communicate with those guys, because you can get hooked right back up on the exit. If it's a group of guys that maybe you can't communicate with, then it gets more difficult and you maybe want to run a little bit longer and pit with a bigger group. So it's complicated. Again, as I always say, I'm glad I'm up here and not down there as Helton throws a block on Freeze on the backstretch.
2x2, we go down the backstretch. Cody Nagels in the 6 has the momentum on the inside into turn number 3. Logan Helton in the 63, who has been shut out so far here tonight, not able to win a stage, but has that truck out in front right now. Can he find a way to win the race? Can Cody Nagels win the race? Our stage winner, who has gone back-to-back here tonight, Sebastian Marin, we find him buried deep in the field right now in 14th place. So a lot going on here in the final stage. 20 laps to go. And keep in mind, we do have one pit stop to make to get it to the end of this race.
Yeah, and the picture starts to become clear now for who's going to be in contention at the end of this race, and it is noteworthy. 3 of our 4 winners this season are in the race. Pretty much all 3 of them are inside the top 15. This is the first time, I think, this season we've had this many potential repeat winners this close to the front at the end of the race. Obviously, Kevin Freeze, our season opener winner right here at Daytona. He's looking to go and defend his win in the season opener. Long way to go still, but it is becoming clearer and maybe a potential for a repeat winner tonight.
It could be our first repeat winner. We are in race number 5. Hold on, I think it's 5.
It is 5, yeah, that's correct.
I have to count my fingers. That one has dirt on it, so that one doesn't count. Oh, yeah, you're right. It's 5. It's 5. And we could be looking at our 5th different winner. We have not had a repeat winner yet this season. Dawson, if you had to guess who's going to win this race, I know we've got 18 laps to go, but people in YouTube chat are going to start saying who's going to win the race. Dawson, who do you think is going to win the race?
Well, I'll give you 2. I'll give you maybe a favorite pick, and then I'll give you a dark horse pick along with it. I think the favorite pick right now, it would be Sebastian Marin, but he's got some work to do a little further back. I think right now it's Kevin Freeze to defend his win at Daytona. He knows how to get around here, and we'll see if he can get it done. He's running up front right now. I think the dark horse pick is Jeff Crosby Jr. in the 33. He is always at the front. We've talked about him so much this season, not able to get it done. I think maybe tonight might be the night. He's in a really good spot right now in 9th position with 17 to go.
I like it. Jeff Crosby Jr. in the 33 could be one of those drivers that pulls out a race win. He's no stranger to victory lane here in OP, but tonight he has not been someone we have talked about a lot. But if he pulls out this race win, Dawson, I'll tell you what, I think that's a great call.
Yeah, and it's just we've seen him at the front so many times. Maybe we haven't talked about him like we have Sebastian Marin, but he is always in the picture. And we've seen him get close several different times, and maybe tonight's the night for him. And what a win it would be, especially after his dad, Jeff Crosby Sr., got a win just a few weeks ago. So it would be a great moment for the Crosbys, I imagine.
Yeah, Jeff Crosby Sr. picked up his first win here in the OP Premier Series in the second race of this season. Unfortunately, you and I were not here for that, and I specifically told Jeff Crosby Sr., you will get your first win when I am not here, and he went and did it.
Well, I mean, at least he followed what you said. Did I see someone break for pit road, or am I seeing things? Probably a little bit of both. The window is officially open, though, KR, so if we're going to make green flag pit stops here, it's going to be very, very soon.
Yeah, green flag pit stops are underway. Sebastian Marin, Zach Fritsch, and Bubba Winningham in his debut series, all on debut race, are all on the pit road. So 3 trucks on the pit road. Logan Helton in the 63, leading everyone else who has gotten single file. Nobody wants to jump up to the outside lane, so I think pit road going to be very busy this time.
Yeah, here's where you're going to see the strategy start to take effect. Here we go. Helton, Nagels, well, that's just about everybody. It's pointless to try to name, as this is a lot of the lead pack coming on the pit road.
On the pit road, the 63, the 6, the I1I, all hit pit lane. David Overstreet, Les Levy, Anthony English, 3 trucks who stay out. They still have to make their pit stop, but they are trying to stretch their fuel as far as possible. And I'll tell you what, maybe not a bad idea to not come down pit road with as congested as that one was. Les Levy in the 62 now pulls out in front of David Overstreet. Those 2 drivers, teammates, working side by side from Checkered Flag Motorsports. And oh my goodness, the 46 almost turned the 62, and Anthony English in the 44 going to pull out in front of those 2 trucks. And as they come down pit road, that is going to complete this pit stop cycle just like that. And as everything is pulled out, the 14 to 6 trouble as they head into turn number 3.
Boy, I don't know how we kept it together, and that's going to unfortunately kill what was going to be a great cycle for the Limitless teammates, Cody Nagels and Vicente Guerrero. It was a push gone wrong on the backstretch as they tried to pick up Logan Helton. They're going into turn number 3. What a tough break, because they had pinned a few trucks that were running up front back in the 6 to 10 range, and all of a sudden it went haywire on the backstretch as they tried to pick up Logan Helton.
All right, we're going to take a look at this one here. Into turn number 3, the 23 is Sebastian Marin, the 12 is Zach Fritsch. They have a full head of steam. Vicente Guerrero maybe already out of shape by the time the 23 got there. So let me see if I can back this up just a little bit more. Not an exact science, and yeah, the 14 was out of shape by the time they went into turn 3. The 89 of Joshua Gaithright has nowhere to go. Let me take another look at this one here. On board with the 89 of Gaithright. And you can see they get out of shape just ahead of him in the 14. Just comes back up on the track, and Gaithright with nowhere to go. And so everyone makes their pit stops, and it goes to the favor of the 44 of Anthony English, who just caught the caution at the right time, was able to make his way around the 46 and the 62 as they were coming to pit road. Holy cow. This race has been turned on its head as Anthony English and David Overstreet run 1 and 2. Logan Helton in third. Sanchez and Workman round out your top 5.
Yeah, what an incredible break for English and Overstreet, who got off cycle with the pit stops right there and maybe didn't get the memo that the pack was going to pit. They end up coming out 1-2 just by nature of getting a caution at the right time, like you said. So English and Overstreet are going to control this restart, I do believe. They're in a prime position with what's going to be 10 laps to go in this race. You said it, the field's been flipped on its head. Notable, and I don't think you brought it up, Sebastian Marin was involved in that accident. He bounced off the outside wall as part of that wreck, and he is mired now just inside the top 30. So our stage winner in both stages, he's got a ton of work to do and maybe not enough time to do it.
I don't know. I once watched a driver come from 1 lap down with 3 laps to go, finish on the podium. That is why you never give up.
Well, maybe, but tonight, just not a lot stacking up for Sebastian Marin as he finds himself 28th with what's going to be 10 laps to go. It's not impossible. I mean, you said it. Anything can happen, but I don't know. Just very unlikely with where we sit right now.
Yeah, absolutely. It is an uphill battle. But when I tell you, I watched a driver in OP on Monday night come from laps down, had to use every single attempt at a green-white checkered to gather himself back in. But when it all came out, when it was all said and done, with 3 laps to go, this driver was not on the lead lap. And when the checkered flag flew, they were on the podium. That was outstanding. I will talk about it time and time again because that was a huge moment, and that is why you run every single lap of every single race.
Yeah, and I mean, again, it's absolutely not impossible. A relatively clean truck for Sebastian Marin back there around the 28th position. We'll see if he actually is going to line up 25th. So he picks up a few spots as we get ready to go green, but boy, that's a tall mountain to climb with where he's sitting right now. We'll see if he can get it done. Surprised we avoided a bigger incident right there, honestly, with how that pack kind of flew apart at the end of the back straightaway. Obviously, tough break for Josh Gaithright, and Vicente Guerrero, but incredible that we avoided a really big accident after pit cycles.
All right, here they go. Lights are out on our Chevy Silverado. And we'll head on to pit road. Anthony English, David Overstreet, by virtue of making the right call when to hit pit road, lead this field to the green flag. Here we go. Green flag is out, and we are back underway once again, but the yellow, very delayed green flag. Holy cow! This is an accordion effect on this restart. It was an extremely late green flag. I'm not sure what the deal is there, but boy, it split the field up in a hurry, and that's to the disadvantage of Zachary Lima and Vicente Guerrero and Jeff Crosby Jr. and Les Levy that just kind of got left out of this front group because no one got an opportunity to go. I'm not sure what the deal was right there. Either way, 2x2 up front. Anthony English and Logan Helton, who made a quick move to the outside. He's going to go top to bottom. That leaves David Overstreet to lead the second line in 3. Overstreet in that red 46 finds himself in charge of the second lane. He is out in front of that field with Richard Sanchez in the 510 pushing on that back bumper. But our race leader is the 63 of Logan Helton. He has been one of the drivers who has been out in front over and over again here tonight. Anthony English in the 44, who has time and time again been in the right place at the right time with the right strategy call. That 44, you give him a chance at winning the race and he will find a way to make it happen. And then we have the 19 of Zach Workman, a champion in OP. Oh my goodness, this front of the field, it's still anyone's race.
Still a loaded front of the field and some big hitters, but maybe not the exact big hitters I expected. And I'll tell you what, Zach Lima has been left out to dry here just behind this first group. It's still an 8-truck breakaway, but Lima has yet to be picked up as he is 9th. Well, he's going to drop further back to 9th as he's got Rob Connors all over him. His teammate Marin, though, lodged in traffic. Nowhere to go for the 23. Maybe not out of it yet, but certainly still a ways to go for Sebastian Marin. Oh, Anthony English, is the 44 out of fuel?
He is.
Something is wrong.
Oh, and he gets collected. And the yellow flag comes out. Not sure what happened to the 44, but the first few trucks got by Anthony English as that was all going down. I have no idea what just happened to the 44, but yeah, it looked like he was out of fuel, ignition shut off, something happened there.
I'm not sure. This is a really weird one. I mean, I thought he was out of fuel, but I will double check and make sure he did make a pit stop, and I think they did. They were on pit road, so it couldn't have been fuel. I'm almost wondering, did the 44 blow an engine going into turn number 3 right there? And if that's the case, it's disaster for the 44 of Anthony English.
He is definitely off the pace through 3 and 4 and trying to drop down to the inside. Holy cow. I don't know. I mean, he's running tucked in tight behind the 63 of Logan Helton. They go into turns 3 and 4. And then he all of a sudden, no smoke, no nothing, just off the pace.
It's so weird. I don't think he ran out of fuel. I could have sworn he and Overstreet and Levy made their pit stops on that last cycle, but no smoke tells me no blown engine. So some unknown issue on the 44 of Anthony English there, and it collects a bunch of trucks. Most notably, KR, and this is a tough break for our points leader, Sebastian Marin, who has taken it behind the wall for the evening.
Oh yeah, Sebastian Marin out of this race. He missed the start of the season, but his dominance from race 2 and 3 and 4 and into tonight has been exceptional. And the fact that, you know, he missed that first race and still had the point lead before the green flag dropped here tonight, winning stage 1 and 2, but this one is going to be a big blow because he is not going to get to the end of the race. So with that being said, David Overstreet in the 46 is our race leader, and we're going to have 4 laps to go when the green flag comes back out once again. Logan Helton in the 63 and Richard Sanchez, Kevin Fries, Cody Nagels, all right there. They're going to find a way to try and attack the 46, but man, can the 46 hold on and pick up a win early on here in season number 11.
Well, it's great to see Davo running up front. That's really awesome for the 46, and obviously the fans he has brought to us tonight. What a big moment for him. He's going to pick the top here for this restart and have, I believe, Mr. Kevin Freeze pushing him in the 25. So reliable help. David Overstreet. That could be a race-winning move. We'll see what happens on this restart. But no, great for him. Great to see Richard Sanchez up front. There's Jeff Crosby. He got through that one. He's 5th. Zach Workman's up front. Rob Connors is in the top 10 now. Same with Les Levy. Nate Warren's up here. A lot of guys looking for their first win that are going to be really hungry on this restart, I think.
Hey, Dawson, we only talk about Les like twice a night.
Well, if one of those times that you're talking about him twice a night with 4 to go and him inside the top 10, I think he'd take that deal every single time, KR.
You're not wrong, but we can't talk about him anymore unless he ends up in victory lane. He blames me for his finishes. So we can't talk about him.
Well, I'll take credit if the announcer's jinx does come through once more here tonight.
Okay. Oh, good. It's all on you. It's not me. It's you.
Right on the record, I'll take credit for it that I was the one that brought it up, and he can be mad at me instead of you for at least this week.
for this one. Oh, thank you.
Oh no, it's not permanent. It's a 1 week thing. But for tonight,
it's
I'll
a week
take
by
up the
week
mantle.
issue. But I appreciate you sticking your neck out there.
Well, at least just this once.
Just this once. All right, here we go. The lights are out on the Chevy Silverado. Row number 1 going to be the 63 and the 46. That is Logan Helton and David Overstreet. Row number 2, the 510 of Richard Sanchez and the 25 of Kevin Freeze. And then row number 3, Cody Nagels and Jeff Crosby Jr. find themselves in that 3rd row for this restart. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, that Chevy Silverado gonna peel off for pit road. It is only peeling off to pit road to top off the fuel tank because to make horsepower you have to have fuel, and that is what a Chevy Silverado does. Green flag is out. David Overstreet, Logan Helton side by side as they drag race into turn number 1.
Yep, and you'll see guys start to fan out here, start to make their moves and pick their lines for the end of this race. Pick the line that's going to go. First guy to move was Les Levy. He went top to bottom. He saw the bottom line moving. He said, I want to get down there. Jeff Crosby Sr., Adam Kilday further back. They've moved to the middle. They are charging towards the front. They're going to take up the real estate that these guys have given them. We'll see if Levy goes back to the middle. He does. He's going to float between the 2 lines. Not a lot of trucks in the middle line. That's what Adam Kilday and Nate Warren and Jeff Crosby Sr. have seen. Meanwhile, up front, Sanchez is clear. He is going to stay low, going to stay loyal to the back bumper of Logan Helton. 3 laps to go at Daytona. Here comes a big surge from the outside. Freeze pushing Overstreet, but it's Helton leading back to 1.
Keep in mind, we will use 2 attempts at a green-white checkered if we need to. But once the white flag comes out, that is it. It is all done and over with. So with 3 laps to go as they make their way down the backstretch, Richard Sanchez is our race leader. But we have to go around one more time plus where we're at now from the start finish line. So can we get there as the 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr. makes a move to the outside?
He's going to have 2 laps to go, and I don't know if he's going to hope the white flag comes out, but he may at this point. He leads the field back down towards turn 1. It's getting dicey behind him. Big block, Jeff Crosby in front of Logan Helton. What a move. He blocks the run that the 63 and the 25 had. Nagels goes bottom to top. He goes to the back bumper of the 25. Further back, it's Lima and Warren. They're trying to make up ground. Oh, Overstreet off the bumper of Lima. He keeps it straight. For now, he's back in the wall. We're wrecking behind them.
Around goes the 46 of Overstreet. He gets clipped hard. And once again, the yellow flag comes out. And we are going to have a restack and away we go type of situation. But David Overstreet in the 46 got a hard shot as he was spinning down the backstretch. Go on aboard with Andy Brigante. And Andy Brigante catching the 46. And the yellow flag coming out, and this will be our first attempt at a green-white checkered. As we look at the replay once again, the 59 into the wall, the 15, the 46, Andy Brigante in the 13. Oh, we were almost there. Almost there.
Yeah, and it's heartbreak for David Overstreet. What a great run he had tonight in the 46. Just gets caught up there. Typical late race incident that we see. Guy trying to go, and they come together on the back straightaway, and he got hit a ton right there by Andy Brigante, just trying to make his way through the wreck. And really also unfortunate for Jeff Crosby Jr. Boy, he almost started to see the light at the end of the tunnel, I think, as he started to close in on that white flag. Unfortunately for him, he's going to have to rack it and stag it and do it one more time. But he does find himself in the catbird seat here as we approach green light checkered number 1.
All right, this will be our first attempt at a green-white checkered. We will use 2 attempts. So everyone who came down pit road as soon as they could, this is a worst-case scenario because your first attempt at a green-white checkered came at the absolute earliest moment that it could. And so if we have that happen again, those fuel tanks will start to run dry because they only account for one of them plus a little bit. However, if we are doing these green-white checkered attempts as early as possible, that means a whole lot of extra laps that nobody accounted for when they came down pit road to try and make it one attempt at a green-white checkered.
This is where it gets... It does. It's where it gets complicated when it comes to when do you pit. And we talked about it earlier. You wanted to be good for green-white checkers, and unfortunately, I don't know how many guys are actually going to be good here, as that came out really, really late. We were just about a quarter of a lap short of getting to the white flag, so you're right. Worst case scenario for anybody who pitted early, especially if we get a second attempt. So, oh boy. Buckle up. It's going to get very interesting now that you have to look at the fuel gauge and you have to try to race for the win.
All right, so with the lights still on that Chevy Silverado, but they will go out this time around. Oh my goodness, this is going to be another epic OP night of racing. Here we go, the 33 down to the inside, the 63 on the outside. That is row number 1. Then it's the 19 of Zach Workman, the 25 of Kevin Freese for row number 2. Row number 3 going to be the 510 of Richard Sanchez and the 6 of Cody Nagels.
Yeah, and as I look further back, some notes. Obviously, again, I take credit for the announcer jinx, but Les Levy got through that one. He is 7th on this restart, and he may kill me if he doesn't finish this race. So, well, it's been fun while it lasted. But now Zach Lima got through it as well, despite getting into David Overstreet. He's 8th. Rob Connors and Nate Warren are back there. Sean Stevens is back at the front. Same with Vicente Guerrero. And Josh Gatebright is back there as well. So, a lot of players in this one, a lot of different teams. It is noteworthy on this restart, Jeff Crosby Jr. will select the bottom because his teammate at FSR, Zach Workman, will line up behind him. So, a communication advantage to the bottom, but that top line, that's going to be so hard to beat. Helton, Freeze, Nagels, 3 of the best we see on Monday nights.
All right, here we go. Through turns 3 and 4 with the lights out. Anytime the 63 of Logan Helton is at the front for a restart, you all better hold on to your hats because he is not going to give up the win very easily. And the same could be said about the 33 and the 19 and the 25 and the 6. Oh my goodness, watch out. Because we have... Go ahead.
Well, this is going to be a fun one here as the field's in the hands of Jeff Crosby Jr. in the 33. Green flag. He backed up to his teammate on the restart, did the 33. Workman was ready to go on that start. He hammers the back of his teammate. We are drag racing to turn 1. Guys, fan out. Bottom, top. Guys picking their spots. 3 on the bottom. Les Levy's still a ways back, so no help coming for the 510 of Sanchez. Meanwhile, stacked up top, it's 3 of the best in the business. Helton's going to have the advantage off turn 2. When does the first move come? Who's the first to peek out and try that third lane? Oh, it was the 8. A little further back, he's going to have to fade in line. 2 by 2 down to 3. Still, Helton, Crosby, Workman, Freeze, Sanchez, Nagels. It's a 6-truck breakaway now at the front. Does Nagels bail? I think he does. Nope. He started to, but he goes back top. Advantage Crosby. 2.5 miles to go from Daytona. Crosby leads him back to the line.
The 33 has the advantage right now, but Logan Helton in the 63 on the outside. He has clean air. What can he make happen with that lane choice as they have it side by side? The 33 gets turned by the 19. They all crash behind him, but it is a white flag lap, so the yellow is not going to come out. 63 and the 25 down the backstretch. They are unchallenged, and it is between these two, but look out, Zachary Lima has the run. Can he make something happen in the 3rd spot? Here they come to the start-finish line. Logan Helton in the 63 is going to win because he has no challenge to his outside, and Kevin Freese happily pushes Logan Helton to the race win.
Wow, what a finish. It's heartbreak again for Jeff Crosby Jr. as he gets turned off the bumper of Richard Sanchez, I believe, maybe Zach Workman. It's such a tough ending, but what a great moment for Logan Helton. It looked like several times this season he was going to break through. Finally, tonight's the night for Helton driving the 63. And Kevin Freese, you said it, happy enough to push the 63 across the start-finish line there. What a great 1-2 finish for those two.
Absolutely. Let's take a look at this white flag lap run. The 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr. at the lead for the white flag. But as they head off into turn number 1, contact with the 19. That 19 doing all he could to try and push the 33, but it just got a bit wacky. And it all went wrong from there. Take another look at it here, and you know, you can't really fault the drivers at this point because there is no more give and take. It is all my foot is to the floor. We're gonna make it or we're not. Here's the steering wheel or the checkered flag, and the 33 just gets caught up in the fact of a give me the steering wheel or a checkered flag moment. And everyone behind them, big moment as well. But the 63 comes out on top, and he becomes our 5th different winner in 5 different races here tonight, as he celebrates on the front stretch, tearing up the grass, doing all the things, making all the noise. Dawson, you wanna talk to our race winner?
Well, I think I do, because I think he may take the engine out of this thing at this point. He may burn the engine down.
Well, maybe we'll wait a minute, let him blow it up.
Yeah, I think we should give him a second just to appreciate how long he's been burning it down. I mean, ever since he came back around on his cooldown lap, he has yet to start, but we have caught up with him anyway. Logan Helton, our race winner. It's the boys in the booth. You got us?
I have y'all. I have y'all loud and clear.
Wow, well, you finally get to victory lane. It's 5 races in, and clearly this means a lot to you. We're watching your celebration just now. You might burn the engine out of this thing, but man, how are you feeling right now after your first win?
It feels good. Glad to finally get it out of the way this season. It's kind of sucked so far, even though I'm I think 7th in points. This has been like my worst season in OP in quite a minute. So I've just been kind of chilling, as weird as that sounds, just waiting for it to happen. I knew coming into the night, I felt really good. I was just confident. The way that I was driving tonight, I felt really good about it. I didn't take left side tires the whole race, and I only took one set of right side tires. I just wanted that track position all night tonight, and that's what ended up paying off there at the end.
Yeah, it definitely pays off for you. Take us through that last lap. What'd you see, and how'd you come out of that wreck on the last lap? I gotta imagine it was pretty close between you and the 19 to 33 wrecking there in turns 1 and 2.
Yeah, I saw the 33 shoot down at the bottom, and that only really means one thing here at this track. They're going to shoot right back up the track, most likely, and then slowly come back down. And the second I did that, I knew I just got to get up to the wall and hope I don't get turned by Kevin there behind me, following me, because he knew this. He knew what to do as well. So yeah, it was really fun. Really fun. Strange to say that, to get through that, but I also got to give a huge thanks to Kevin there. He already has a win. He just sat with me there the rest of that last lap, just helping me get my first win. So I really appreciate that. I would have been completely up to fight him for it there at the end, whether I finished second or not. But just thanks to him for sticking with me there, and I'll make sure to pay him back here in the future for that. But yeah, that last lap was a little crazy, but I'm glad it chilled out there out of turn 2.
Well, you got your first win on the season under your belt. You said it's been a struggle. So what does this do for you going forward now that you've got the win under your belt? You're locked into the playoffs. You've got the monkey off your back, if you will. How do you move on from here? Well, now it's just helping Mark get a win. I'm not sure if Jim or Daniel are coming back the rest of the season. I know Daniel and Rick are done this season, so now it's just helping Jim and Mark get a win. And if I'm not in position to do that at the end of the race, then let's go out there and just win as much as I can. I want to get back into my sorry for my phone. I want to get back into my rhythm there of how I was last 2 seasons, just winning, every other week if I can. So yeah, it hasn't been it hasn't bothered me like crazy to not get this win, but I knew if I wanted to fight for the championship this season, I needed to get a win soon. And I got my sign, so I know what my end goal of the season is. Well, you come away with the victory tonight here in round number 5. And last thing for you before we can let you go celebrate, any thank you shout outs you want to give here before we let you go?
No, wait. Well, you got to ask him what the pizza was. Oh,
well, I'm glad he didn't ask me what the pizza was, because we didn't have pizza tonight. We had some I don't know what to call it, steak strips or something with rice and gravy. So it was, it was good enough apparently. But we forgot the pizza. We've moved pizza to Thursday nights due to Road to Pro this season. So we want all the good luck that we can get on Thursday nights. All right. Well, after that, last thing for you, really though, any thank you shout outs you want to give here before we let you go celebrate? Just thanks to Roasted Gems Coffee for being on the card. Thanks to Alliance Motorsports and Mark being here tonight. Thanks to all my friends and family for watching. Everyone at OP that's put these races on and keeps them going. And Numbers by Joe is on the hood. He makes really, really nice wood numbers. If you send him a picture of your number, and he'll get that taken care. Sorry, I can't speak. My brain hurts. He'll get that taken care of for you. So just check him out there on Twitter. And I think that's all I got. Sorry for being such a long interview.
All right, Logan.
No worries. No worries at all.
Before we let you go, I think your brain hurts because you didn't have pizza tonight.
You know what? That's a good point. We're probably going to have to make some rearrangements here for some cheese pizza to be scheduled on Monday nights.
All right, Dawson. There you go. That's Logan Helton for you, man.
All right.
All right. So now, Logan, thank you very much, man, for the post-race interview. Brian Hicks says you better thank him, but before you can, I'm going to move you away. And yeah, that just happened. He didn't get to thank him.
Oh, boy.
All right, let's move on to our second place finisher, and that is the driver of the 25, and that is none other than Kevin Freeze. Kevin, congratulations on second place finish here tonight. You found a way to bring home in second place. You picked up a win in the opening race this season. Now you come away with another podium finish. And how are you doing this here this season?
Playing dodgeball effectively. I think there for a good part of that race. I was just once I had the incident towards the end of stage one there, I just decided that I was going to be very conservative for the rest of the race and stay towards the back and then move my way forward once the final stage there kicked off and just started gaining spots off pit stops and just being smart, not putting myself in really bad spots.
Well, I'll tell you what, this 25 was a truck that was at the front of the field for most of the night. But to get there, you did have to gain 19 positions from where you qualified. So take us through the first part of your race.
Yeah, so for qualifying, I just wasn't paying any attention, talking in Discord, and I decided to hit the apron right at the start of my lap in the tri-oval, so that set me back. Once I did it, I'm like, well, coming from the back tonight. So then it was just all picking spots to move forward. The third lane here is really tough because if you don't get it immediately, the cars in the top lane just get so hot so fast that you're sort of stuck. So when you see a lot of people they were going for the third, and when I would see the middle open, I would just try to pick off a couple of spots here and there, and then towards the end of the stage, I was able to get up front, and then I know Fritch was pushing as hard as he could there, and we got a little sideways, and we both had a little interaction with that outside wall, but I mean, the rest of the race, it was just try and be smart, gain spots, and then at the end, just be all out aggressive pushing.
Well, man, you do bring it home in second place here tonight. You already have that race win that has locked you into the playoffs as long as you make all the races. So can we expect like a balls to the wall type of season for you until the playoffs hit?
Yeah, it's a little nice racing with nothing to lose there. You just don't have to worry about the stages, and a lot of the stages they have a higher tendency to wreck. It's sort of like the white flag for us. We like to pile them up, and when you don't have to worry about that and you can just back out when you don't think that it's worth the risk, I mean, it's just smart to do that. And there were quite a few incidents that I was just able to avoid tonight, and that was the biggest part.
All right, man. Well, nice job bringing it home in second place here tonight. Before we let you go, shout outs, thank yous that you'd like to give.
Yeah, I want to thank you guys for putting the broadcast on, all the admins for all the extra work that they're doing this season to try and control something that's out of their control, which is us. And thanks to all the boys on Team Boondocka. We had a good run going tonight. A lot of people got caught up in some stuff there through the pit cycles and all of that. And also, congratulations to Logan and his awesome spotter, Brian. I mean, he didn't thank him, so somebody has to.
I'm just saying, maybe Brian needs to reevaluate where he works at.
Yeah, I mean, Logan can't thank him. He guided him through that wreck there at the end. And I know that wreck was just everybody pushing 100%. Because I know I didn't lift for that entire run until we were just trying to avoid those guys on the bottom there. And at that point, you're just, I don't want to even try and win that way because the car in front just can be a sitting duck. And why ruin a finish that we both have that's strong?
All right, well, there you have it, Kevin. Nice job once again. Second place
Thank
here
you.
tonight. 1 win on the season for you. Nice job in a solid run here tonight in the Daytona Nights 250.
Thank you. Hope you guys enjoy the night.
All right, there you have it. Driver of the 25, Kevin Fries, our second place finisher. But now it is time to move on to our third place finisher. And Dawson, you've caught up with that driver in the number I have no idea what to call it.
It's a 1. Driver of the number 1, Zach Lima. It's the boys in the booth. You got us?
Yes, sir.
Oh, roller coaster of a night for you, it looked like. You come home third after all of it, though. First off, take us through the last lap. It was a bit chaotic, but you make it through the wreck, and you end up coming home P3.
Yeah, that last lap was just... I just got lucky to make it through the wreck. I had a damaged car from I don't know when. I fixed all my optional, and then we went into the pits, and I'm trying to keep my position, and then I realized I had over 30 seconds of optional. So, and I had Cody asked me to go into the third, but I told him I was too hurt, and I was just going to stay put. But, man, that was the second time this season where white flag lap, I got a podium, so I'm not complaining.
Yeah, you do come away with the podium finish. Obviously, you're still looking for that first win, so kind of take us through your mindset this season. You still have yet to win. We're through 5 races. Obviously, you're a threat every single race that we see you out front. So take us through it. I mean, each week that you don't win, what is the mindset? Is it changing at all as you try to search for your first win?
The mindset is pure rage when I don't win. Then I have a punching bag. I nearly beat half to death. And, I took advice from Everhard this race and decided to press the wrong button and start in the pits right at the last second. But, it all worked out.
Well, it certainly does work out. You come on with a P3 finish after all of that on the last lap. Now, last thing for you, we'll let you go celebrate and get out of here. Any thank you shout-outs you want to give?
Yeah, I just got to give a shout-out to you guys for doing the broadcast. I watch every race. And, I also want to give a special shout-out to Steven Korosek for all the help and support tonight. Just got to thank my boy, Koro King. Thanks, guys.
All right, thank you. Mr. Zach Lima, driver of the number 1 machine. He comes home P3 tonight. And there you go. There you have it.
All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the rest of our results for tonight. We talked to our top 3 drivers, Logan Hilton, Kevin Fries, Zachary Lima, but Richard Sanchez brings it home in 4th, and Gabe Butler rounds out the top 5.
Yeah, going a little further back, 6 going to be Josh Gaithright. Good finish for him after all he went through tonight. Seems like we saw him collected in so many incidents, especially late in the race. So he comes home P6. Richard Kuhn 7th. Anthony English, after all that, he comes home P8. Matt Wagner in the top 10 there in 9th. Nate Warren rounding out our top 10 in position number 10.
Dan Harrington, Stephen Miles in 11th and 12th. 13th goes to Jimmy Reynolds. Alex Green in 14th, and rounding out your top 15 is the 40 of Peter DeBorgia.
Cody Nagel's another disappointing week for him on the finishing boards. He goes 16th. Eric Laurie goes 17th. Jeff Crosby Jr. led at the white flag. He finishes 18th. Vicente Guerrero goes 19th. Rounding out the top 20 is John Guerra.
Zach Workman, Adam Kilday, Zach Fritsch, Rob Connors, and Sean Stevens make up 20th through 25th.
Going 26th is Les Levy, and well, he may just kill me now. Jeff Crosby Sr. goes 27th. David Booth in 28th. That's all your lead lap finishers tonight. Bubba Winningham and Mark Mann round out your top 30. They are 1 lap down at the finish.
Andy Brigante in 31st. 32nd goes to David Overstreet. Sebastian Marin 33rd. 34th goes to Casey Gilchrist. 35th, Travis Elliott, and Tyler Miller rounds out our 36 car field here tonight. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining us. If you haven't done so yet, please do hit that thumbs up and make sure you like, subscribe, do all the things that we need to do for algorithms, but make sure you do it for the drivers, not for me, not for the outstanding Mr. Dawson Wise. So, Dawson, how about you wrap it up for us here tonight?
Yep, another great race out of these guys, another great finish. A big congratulations to Logan Helton on his first win of the season. That wraps up round number 5. For Mr. KR Stolfus, I am Dawson Wise. Have a great week, everybody. We'll see you next time.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.